Those who are in a haste want things to happen quickly like that. To revolve means to go around. Going around means you come back to the same point. To evolve means to move forward continuously. That is the methodology nature has successfully employed. That is a way we should also move forward. We are in a little bit of a haste, so everything, whether it's our economy or social processes or even spiritual processes are ending up in a bad way for a whole lot of people simply because of haste. If you have the capacity to manage speed, that's different. Haste will not necessarily bring speed, because to manage speed, you need competence, you need almost I don't know if I have to say this because it's okay. So I always, like people were asking me somewhere, Sadhguru, do you get adrenaline riding fast or driving fast? Not at all. As I get faster and faster, which I only do when I'm alone, when I get really fast, I become like absolutely still almost. Because if you're not balanced, speed is a dangerous thing. That will come because of haste. You're trying to go somewhere. Now, because you want to get somewhere in a certain amount of time, if you speed, there is always a possibility of doing something. You speed because that's how you are. Because you can deal with it. You're not trying to race with somebody, you're not trying to race with time, you're not trying to get somewhere, but simply according to your competence, you're handling something. That's different. That needs to happen in every aspect of life, but that will not happen with haste. It will only happen with balance. When absolute balance is there, then we can do things to the fullest limit that we can do. Not like somebody else. Somebody may be able to do magic. We will do mundane things only, but we'll do it well to the best possible way we can do it. So, this haste that has come into human beings, these days wherever I go in the universities, initially I did not know the terminology, now of course I know. They have this FOMO problem, fear of missing out, that somebody else may be having fun. I'm sitting here just reading a book, but somebody else may be having a party, somebody else may be doing this, somebody else may be doing that. What kind of Once you get into this madness, there's no relief. There's no relief from this. This is enslavement, worst kind of enslavement, because you want to do everything that everybody does. This is also an evolutionary issue, that is falling back, not forward. This is an evolutionary thing that the monkeys do. If one does one thing, all of them do the same thing. Well, this is also lack of evolution problem. So it's important. When we talk about spiritual process, the most important thing is learning to be still. That action is no more a compulsive thing. Action is a purposeful thing. When I want to act, I act absolutely. Otherwise, I can simply sit here. This happened, this is way back when the home school started. One day I went there to see the children. They had this morning assembly. Then all these, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 6 to 8-year-old kids, they're sitting there like this. I just look at them and say, why Why these children are like broken tops, you know? You know what's a top? It's gone, is it, completely? These kids still play top? Hello? It's gone. Anyway, a top has to be well balanced to make it stand like that. You don't know whether it's spinning or not, like that it stands. If it's a little broken top, it'll go like this. So these kids are like this, like this. I said, what's happening to these kids? No, the children, Sadhguru, they're like that only. Whose children are they? They are like this. So we started something extremely simple. There are 7 notes of the music, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. 12 minutes a day in the morning. After 2 months I go, they're all sitting like this. That's all it takes. The problem right now is, our education process is in a haste. People come and ask me, Sadhguru, in United States, one lady is coming and asking me, she's about 4 or 5 months pregnant. She wants to do it's called something, I don't know what, like before she delivers, she wants to teach the child something. Really, they are doing these programs where you try to impart mathematics and other aspects into the child by doing certain things. I don't know what all they're doing. Then I told her, see, in India, there are 2 good examples of somebody learning something in the mother's womb, and both of them have been great disasters. One is Ashtavakra. Being inside his mother's womb, he heard what his father is saying, all the scholarship he got, and then he disagreed with his father from there. So the father cursed him, whatever happened, or that learning itself distorted him. He became an absolutely distorted human being. Fortunately, he blossomed into something else because his body was distorted. Another is Abhimanyu, Arjuna's son. He also, being in his mother's womb, listening to some secrets that are being spoken, he heard only half of it. After that, maybe she drank water or something. He didn't hear the other half. Just imagine you're inside, you're listening, gudu gudu gudu. So he did not hear the other half. So he went into the battlefield, he knew how to get in to a certain formation, but he did not know how to get out and got killed in a terrible way. So I said, see, there are 2 examples in our country, those guys who learned from inside the womb, what a disaster they became. Is that what you want? He became like this because somebody has been giving her brochures and saying we can teach him, make him a mathematical genius by teaching mathematics when he is inside the womb. And others have some rapid learning nonsense. By the time they're 2, 3 years of age, they're teaching them language, mathematics, this, that. This is the worst thing you can do because you're in haste. When you're in that kind of haste, you will waste everything, including your life. Most lives are going waste like this because haste about everything. The school itself is haste. Always this much learning, that much learning. No, there is no profoundness of involvement, simply piling up things. So from that same basis, it's modern education which has caused the ecological disaster, if you ask me. Because the illiterate people in the village, what is their footprint on the planet? They live, if their nourishment is good, they live well and they die one day without living much. It is only the educated people, once they go to school and further if they go to the university, they become serious damage to the planet. Of course, they study ecological sciences and come. So, this haste if you remove from within you, that you want to be ahead of somebody, closing your eyes and simply sitting here, becomes effortless. Somebody's going, what's my problem if he goes? What is the problem? If he goes, he will go. And well, so many people, countless number of people have gone ahead of you and died, generations of people. You want to go ahead of them also? Why don't you race with them, I'm asking, quickly? Really? Why are you only racing with the living? Dead have gone ahead of you, you must overtake them quickly. Hello? Yes, that's exactly what we will do. That's exactly what we will do with this sense of haste. So, one major aspect of spiritual process is this: you're not in competition with anybody. Now you can close your eyes and sit, there is no issue. Otherwise you can't sit. You can't sit for a moment. When you're worried what somebody else is doing, you cannot sit here, you cannot sit anywhere. You will never know what it means to be at ease. If you do not know what it means to be at ease, knowing what it means to be blissful, out of question. What it means to be free, completely out of question. First and foremost thing is to come to ease. This doesn't mean you will not do anything in your life. You will do whatever you can. Everything that you can do, you will do. But you don't have to outperform somebody. There is simply no need because you cannot even outperform an ant. Can you do what he does? You cannot do what he does. So there is no need to compete. This competition nonsense from the kindergarten or even before they join the school, they start telling them, I am going to put you in the best school, you must be number one, you must be the best student. So everybody else must be less than you, that's the only wish. With this kind of sickness, forget about spiritual process, even life, simple aspects of life, to eat well, to sleep well, to do things in your life, that also will not happen. This has happened to modern societies, most of them cannot sleep. Either they must pop a pill or have a drink, otherwise they cannot sleep. A whole lot of people have gotten themselves into this position simply because haste. Haste is a consequence of always wanting to be better than somebody. This one thing, if it goes away, sitting here, simply, very natural. This does not mean the dynamism of your life will be taken away in any sense, never. In fact, rest is the basis of all activity. Stillness is the basis of all dynamism. This is the way creation is made. Out of Shiva, everything happened, means everything was nothing and still out of that evolved a roar or a series of bangs or whatever, and the whole creation happened. That is the basis of our existence too, even now. Fundamental things people don't handle, but they go on doing all kinds of things in their life. The most fundamental thing is, you need to understand this much. You can never be better than somebody or worse than somebody. It's all in your mind. You're just making it up. The desperation to be better than somebody is only because you did not find anything of worth within yourself, anything of value within yourself. Otherwise, why would you want to be better than somebody? Simply because nothing of value has been found here, that is the only problem. If one does not invest in this direction, if human beings do not invest in this direction, well, we will drive ourselves to a disaster, which we are doing in so many ways. As we get more empowered with technology and scientific knowledge, you must understand scientific knowledge in today, in most people's perception is that we learn more and more tricks how to exploit every damn thing in the universe. Now we have our eyes on the Mars. We want to destroy one more planet. How can we destroy just one planet, be satisfied with that? We want to destroy at least two. But if we destroy two, we will want to do four. And then it'll multiply in permutations, like with the virus. Initially, they've been trying to find that person, what is he called, some zero something, the first person who got infected. Well, they haven't found him. But from there, every day, how it can multiply, they've made some mathematical projections which is crazy. So this is just like that. Destruction, not because of anything. Destruction simply because not understanding the fundamental nature of our own existence. Because of this, we cause damage to everything. We think we are causing damage to the planet. No, the only thing we are doing is doing enormous damage to our own lives, nothing else.